Hello, in this video I'm going to show you the benefit management recipe. First of all, if you don't have it already, go ahead and import it from the Pi recipe store. And once you have it downloaded, you're going to find it in your recipe list page. You can see it has different phases. Let's open this up, give you an idea of what a recipe looks like. You can actually modify these phases if you want by clicking this pencil, but let's dive in. So here you can see I have the understand phase with some tasks. Now inside of the recipe is where you would configure it, change it, improve it, remove things you don't need. You can add a task, you can drag and reorder your tasks. And you can also set up what we call process boxes. Think of those as like sub-phases or key deliverable areas. So if I click on a box, it has its own set of tasks. And you can also drag and move the boxes around. You can create new boxes. You can even set up an agile board if you wanted to. Now, to explain a little bit about the content of what the benefit management recipe is all about, I'm going to show you an example on the project side. So I'm going to switch over. This is the project list page. I've got it filtered just to show you one program. And here's a program. You can see I can expand it, and it has all of its projects under the program. So let's pretend we're going to be implementing Salesforce at the train company called Eurostar in Europe. And here we can see we have the Marketing Cloud implementation and the Service Cloud implementation. Each of those has its own project pie with its own phases and content. So as the team are implementing these, you can create and manage your benefit management recipe as a project in tandem. And why are we doing that? There must be some business benefit you want to realize after they've been deployed. And the purpose of the benefit management is to help you go through the process of defining the benefit, setting up the metrics, and evaluating whether or not we realize the benefit. So I'm going to show you here, we have 3 of them, but you could have dozens for a large implementation project, or maybe you would only have one benefit if it's a simple project. I'm going to click on the first one. And let's say the first benefit here we're reviewing is reduce claim compensation time. And here I'm going to go into the understand slice. And you can see here a lot of these tasks have content in the description field. And I've set it up here where you can have dependencies. I put in the dates. The first 3 are marked done. You can assign people to it. You can even set up data fields. I put in a few in here to give you an example. It's like the data field is called identify problem, and then you could have the team member, whoever is working on this task, to go ahead and just type in the results. Or instead, you could use a spreadsheet or some other document, but I kind of like to do them in the data fields, which keeps them within the Pi project. So here we're setting up, describing the benefit of the solution, identifying stakeholders. The plan slice, you can see we have setting up things like identify the risks, who's responsible for realizing the benefit. The metrics is establishing the target. What are the economic appraisals of the benefit? What's the baseline? How we're going to measure the KPIs, and then you're going to approve it. Then we get into managing, preparing governance, monitor program mapping, manage issues and risks, capture results, and then you wrap it up with evaluating the whole benefit by reviewing the data against the baseline and targets, checking out the business case, capture lessons learned, and then reporting the results. One thing I did want to point out here is monitoring program mapping. This is kind of cool. In the recipe, you only have this one task here that actually explains how to use this little section. And what you could do is you can create the deliverables in the implementation project, set it as a milestone, and then link it back to the other project. So when that task in the other project gets completed, this turns complete. So you can monitor the progress of the actual implementation deliverables relative to this particular benefit. I'll give you a quick example. Let's take a look at this one. Advertising Studio setup was completed. I'm going to switch over here to the implementation project. And I think it's in construct, this task. So let's say this is the deliverable and the team is working on building this. They marked it done. Now let's go back into the benefit. Manage report, monitor program mapping, and sure enough, you can see here it's marked completed. So this gives you an overall idea of the benefit recipe, which you can again import from the recipe store. It's for free. You can modify it, use it any way you want. And let us know if you have any questions, and enjoy Pi.